Welcome back to Affinity Digital. Myself, Usha, your botany teacher. I hope your exams are going well and it is benefiting you, and with the progress of the time, your marks should also increase, and I expect that. Okay. Anyways, let's start with the discussions of test number, complete test number series 5. Okay. First question, 101 is chlorophyll C is present in. Chlorophyll C is present in the case of fucus. Now see, this one is from the plant kingdom algae part, and it is very simple, but question is asked repeatedly. Okay, so let's remember like this. In the case of green algae, the pigment present should be chlorophyll A and B. Okay, and in case of the red algae will be chlorophyll A and D. Okay, and brown algae Phaeophyce will be chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C. This would be in the case of brown algae. So in that case, chlorophyll A is common for all of them, and in the case of the other pigments, B, D, C, means B is in the case of green algae, red in the case of D, and the brown will have chlorophyll C. So in this question, Spirogyra is green algae. That means it will be chlorophyll C will be absent. This will have A and B. Gracilaria is red algae. Polysiphonia is also red algae. Okay. So we'll try to remember like this, chlorophyll A pigment. And one point, chlorophyll A pigment is the only pigment which is found in lower organisms. Lower organisms like say kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, like this. The chlorophyll A is common for all the photosynthetic organisms. Okay. Next question, 102. Read the following statement and answer the question which follows them. As I said just now, see this line. Chlorophyll A is present in nostoc and anabena. Nostoc and anabena is blue-green algae. So chlorophyll A will be present because it is the only pigment present in the case of Monera also. So chlorophyll A is present. Second, mycoplasma can cause disease in plants, not in animals. This is wrong. Why? Because mycoplasma can cause disease in plants also, it can cause disease in animals also, it can cause disease in humans also. Okay, so this different type of organism like plants, animal, human, mycoplasma can cause a disease. In the human, if it causes a disease in the skin, in the case of the male, in case of man, if mycoplasma infection occurs in the reproductive part, it might lead to kind of a irritation type, okay, irritation and infertility. Ultimately, it will lead to infertility. Mycoplasma infection in the reproductive part of the man can lead to infertility. Okay, size of the prions are similar to virus. This is also correct. Prions are proteinaceous infectious particle. Proteinaceous infectious means which can cause disease, and the size of the prions will be similar to virus. So this is also a correct statement. But virus genetic material is different. Virus will consist of nucleic acid surrounded by a protein coat. Genetic material of viroid is double-stranded DNA. Genetic material of viroid is double-stranded DNA. This is not double-stranded. It should be single-stranded RNA. Here it is given double-stranded DNA. It is not double-stranded. It should be single-stranded RNA. That means this statement is wrong. White rust in mustard is caused by Coletotrichum. This statement is also wrong. Why? Because white rust in mustard is caused by albugo. Albugo belongs to class Phycomycetes. It causes a disease called white rust of crucifer. White rust of crucifer. The name of the disease is white rust of crucifer in the case of the mustard. And it should be caused by albugo belonging to Phycomycetes. This Colletotrichum, this is also there in NCERT, Colletotrichum, it causes disease in red rot of sugarcane. In the sugarcane, sometimes you will find a long red stripes present on the leaf or in the stem part. That red stripes are a form of a disease which is caused by Colletotrichum falcatum, and this fungus belongs to class Deuteromycetes. This fungus belongs to class Deuteromycetes. So that is why this is a way we have to remember and study at this point of time, because in this question only there are 5 statements given, and these are from different part of the chapter. Sometimes different chapters are also given. So like that, if you give in one question, if you find out like this, many things will be known and it will be connected to your preparation also. So in that case, chlorophyll A, that means statement A, you have to find out the correct. Statement A and statement C is correct. Statement A and statement C is correct. 2. Statement A and statement C is correct. Okay. Next question is from, this is from cell. A very simple question. Let's see. The cell membrane A chemical constituent is phospholipid. Plant cell wall will be cellulose B3. Middle lamella will be calcium pectate C4, and algal wall will be galactan D1. So that means A is 2, B is 3, A is 2, B is plant cell wall will be cellulose, B is 3, middle lamella C is 4, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 1, D is 1, D is 1. Okay. Now next, 104. Which among the following is the function of auxin, plant growth and hormone chapter? Very simple here. This will be prevent fruit and leaf drop at early stages. This will be the answer. Next, this is a previous year's question. It must be either 2022 or 23. Most probably it must be 23. Okay, that tribores perform fragmentation. Of course, in the first step of decomposition, that tribores, that means earthworm, they will perform the first step of decomposition, that is fragmentation. Correct? The humus is further degraded by some microbes during mineralization. This is also correct. Humus which is formed, it will be further degraded by some microbes in the time of mineralization. Correct? Water is soluble in organic nutrients. Okay, water soluble in organic nutrients go down into the soil and get precipitated by a process called leaching. This is also correct statement. This process will also occur. Now, the statement is the detritus food chain begins with living organism. Detritus food chain begins with, this cannot be living, it should be dead organisms. Detritus means it will feed on dead organic matter. That means this will be wrong. Earthworms break down detritus into smaller particles by a process called catabolism. This is not catabolism. This will be, as I said, the first one, fragmentation. It should be fragmentation process. Okay, that means this statement is wrong. That means what is the answer? A, B, and C only. 105 will be 4. Okay, next, 106th, exile placentation is observed in Exile placentation is observed in the case of, let's remember like this, Malvaceae family, Solanaceae family, even Liliaceae family, and even Malvaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae in your Rutaceae. This is not given, but as a family, but it's the example of this will be citrus. Okay, so this will be China rose, petunia, and lemon. Why? Because lemon will come under Rutaceae family here, which is given. Petunia is Solanaceae family. Okay, and China rose is Malvaceae family. This is also a previous year question. China rose is Malvaceae family. The answer will be 3. 106, 3. Okay, next 107. This is assertion reasoning. In the assertion, it is given ATP is used at 2-step in glycolysis. Yes, in the activation phase, there is consumption of 2 molecules of ATP. And first ATP is used in converting glucose into glucose 6-phosphate. And second ATP is used in conversion of fructose 6-phosphate into fructose 1,6-5-phosphate. This is also correct. ATP is used at 2-step in glycolysis. Where are they used? They are used here. They are used in converting glucose to glucose 6-phosphate first step, and second ATP is in conversion of fructose 6-phosphate to 1,6-diphosphate. That means both A and B are true. Both A and B are true, and reason is the correct explanation of A. A and reasoning are true, and reason is the correct explanation of A. This instruction, it has been sometimes changed and shuffle up from last 2 years. Okay, so you see this instruction properly. So this are true, and origin is the correct explanation of A. 108. Okay, which hormone promote internode or petiole elongation in deep water rice? Deep water rice, if it is says, then it will be ethylene. Ethylene, which is a gaseous hormone, this will help in internode elongation in deep water rice. 109. The first stage of gametophyte in the life cycle of moss is called as protonema. Protonema. This is correct. Protonema develops from spores produced in the capsule. This is also correct. So what happened in the case of Moses? In the case of Moses means bryophyte. The first stage will be gametophyte, dominant and independent. After that, it will have fertilization. Then it will form sporophyte. Sporophyte will consist of food seta capsule, and from the capsule, spores will come out. So when spores comes out from the capsule, the spores will fall on the soil and germinate to form the protonema. So this is correct, and it is also explaining. And from where does the spore comes out? Spores comes out from a capsule. Capsule germinate to form the filamentous first stage, which is called as the protonema. So A and the region are correct, and region is the correct explanation of A. 109 should be 4. Endark and the exarch are the term often used for describing the position of secondary xylem in the plant body. It is not secondary. It is not secondary xylem. It should be primary xylem. Position of the exarch and endark, that will be used with respect to primary xylem. Let's consider, for instance, see, sometimes in anatomy, some students used to have a doubt, so I'll explain a little bit. In case of plants, there are 2 types of tissue, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Okay, meristematic tissue, they will divide and form permanent tissue. Okay, so let's consider, say, one type of meristematic tissue is there, which is called as a procambium. So this procambium is a meristematic tissue, and it will divide, it will undergo division and form. What will it form? It will form primary xylem and primary phloem. When procambium, which is a meristematic tissue, it divides and form primary xylem and a primary phloem. What are this primary xylem and a primary phloem? What are they? They are the permanent tissue. So they are permanent tissue. When procambium divide and form primary xylem and a primary phloem, which are the permanent tissue, this primary xylem, it can be of two types, protoxylem and metaxylem. Protoxylem are young form xylems, metaxylem are the late or mature form xylem. Okay, same like that, phloem, primary phloem will also be of two types, protophlloem and metaphlloem, early and late form. So this procambium meristematic tissue divide and form permanent tissue. What are the permanent tissue? Primary xylem and primary phloem. So primary xylem can be of two types. What are the two types of primary xylem? It can be protoxylem and it can be metaxylem. Protoxylem and metaxylem. Same like that for phloem also, primary phloem also, protophlloem, metaphlloem. Okay, so this term endark and exarch is used with respect to the position of the xylem, means primary xylem. Say in the case of root, suppose this is phloem. Phloem is this. Phloem bundle will be there. Then it will have a xylem. This is xylem. Again, phloem bundle will be there. Then xylem. Xylem like this. Again, phloem bundle will be there. Then xylem. Like this. So let's consider this is 3 here. 3 xylem and 3 phloem bundle. Alternating in different radius. See this? 1 phloem bundle, 1 xylem bundle. 1 phloem, 1 xylem. They are alternating in different radii. So this kind of arrangement of the vascular bundle is called as the radial. So in the radial, this is what? Phloem, primary phloem. And this xylem, now what happened? This xylem is what? Primary xylem. So if the protoxylem is outside, protoxylem is outside, outer side, and metaxylem is inside. Protoxylem is outside, and metaxylem is inside. This kind of condition is called as what? Exarch. If protoxylem is outside and metaxylem is inside, this kind of condition is called as an exarch. Okay. So exarch, when we say this is a character of what? Root. It is the character of root. But in the case of stem, what happened in the case of stem? Let's see it. In the case of stem, what happened? In the case of stem, let's consider this is a section of a stem. In the case of stem, the vascular bundle arrangement will be different. See, like this. So suppose this is like this here. This is xylem. This is phloem. This is xylem. This is what? Transverse section of stem. Now, here, what kind of arrangement will this be? Xylem, primary phloem, they are in the same radius. In root, it was what? They are in different radii and they are in different bundle. Here, xylem and phloem, they are in the same radius and they are in the same bundle. Since they are in the same bundle, it will be called as a conjoint. When they are in the same bundle, it will be called as a conjoint. Okay. And here, in this, what happened? One xylem and one phloem is there. When they are present in the same bundle, it is called as a conjoint. If there is one xylem, one phloem, then it is called as a collateral. One xylem, one phloem, then collateral. Conjoint means they are in the same bundle and they are in the same radius. Conjoint is that. And what is collateral? Collateral means one xylem bundle, one phloem bundle. Okay, so these two terms will go together. When they are in the same bundle and they are in the same radius, this will be conjoined. One xylem, one bundle, one phloem, then it will be collateral. Now, in this, that means conjoined and collateral will always go together. In this xylem, the protoxylem will be inside. So, xylem, primary xylem will be of two types, protoxylem and metaxylem. Protoxylem is young form xylem, metaxylem is late form xylem. So, this protoxylem, if it is inside, and metaxylem will be outside. This is exactly the opposite of root. In the case of stem, what happened? Protoxylem is inside, metaxylem is outside. This kind of condition is called as an endoc. So that means in the case of stem, the protoxylem will be inside, metaxylem will be outside. And in the case of root, this will be just the opposite. Protoxylem will be outside, metaxylem will be inside. That condition will be exact in the case of root. So here, let's come to the question. Endoc and the exact are the term often used for describing the position of, it will be primary xylem. Okay. That means this is given as secondary xylem, so this statement is wrong. Exact condition is the most common feature of the root system. This is correct. That means statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is true. 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is true. This will be true, this will be false. And again, I will mention here only, if it is root, how will you find out whether the root is having dicot root or monocot root, whether the root is dicot or monocot root? If the xylem amount is more than 2 to 6, 2 to 6, more than 2 to, if the xylem amount is, you can say more than 6 xylem amount, protoxylem and metaxylem amount means primary xylem, more than 6 primary xylem, that will be called as a polyarch. That will be in the case of monocot root. And if the xylem, primary xylem amount is from 2 to 6, within 2 to 6, then di to hexac, then that will be case of dicot root. Okay. So next, let's see here 111. M phase. This is from cell cycle. M phase means it will be equational division. M phase here, it is meant with respect to mitotic phase. So mitotic phase means it will be equational division. A is 4. Then the G2 phase here, according to the option and according to the matrix type, the term given, we have to arrange it. Okay. Sometimes it does not match much. I'll explain, but we have to match it. G2 proteins are synthesized. G2 will be 1. Protein will be synthesized. And quiescent stage will be inactive phase. C will be 2. Okay. Quiescence will be inactive phase. Inactive, why? Because it does not divide, but metabolically though it will be active. And G1 phase, it is interval between mitosis and initiation of DNA replication. G will be 3. D will be 3. Okay. So A is 4. A is 4. Okay. B is 1. A is 4. B is 1. Okay. C is 2. D is 3. A is 4. B is 1. C is 2. D is 3. Now, why I am saying this? Because sometimes it does. This is also previous year question. Sometimes the option, they have given the question like that. We have to attempt it, and with that you have to get the medical ticket. So, however, the question is not properly matched, also we have to follow it. Why? Because this M phase will be, it can be mitosis also, it can be meiosis also. But mitosis in the NCERT, M phase is mainly given with respect to mitosis. But for meiosis also we call it as an M phase. So when a cell divide, it will undergo interphase stage and the M phase. N phase can be of two types. It can be mitosis or it can be meiosis. But in this question, M phase is given with respect to equational division. But M phase can also be what? Meiosis. But we have to match it. That is why the answer is for A, the 4 option is coming. Okay. All right, next. Which of the following statements are correct about Klinefelter syndrome? This will be for Down syndrome, so this cannot be the option. It's such an individual overall masculine development, however the feminine development is also expressed. Why? Because it will have gynecomastia. What is this? This is breast development. This is breast development in men, whereas development in men is called as a gynecomastia, and they will also sound like or have female like voice. Okay, so Klinefelter will be having AA plus sex chromosome trisomy, so they will be having gynecomastia, and they will also be having masculine development will also be there. At the same time, some female characters will also be developed. So this is correct. The affected individuals, they are normally tall. Okay, they have a long legs, they will be tall. This short stature is a character of Down syndrome, and such individuals are sterile. That means B and the E will be correct. B and E. B and E, they are sterile. And this physical, psychomotor and the mental development is retarded. This is used in NCERT with respect to Down syndrome. But Klinefelter syndrome will also have mental retardation. Okay, but this line directly is given with NCERT and we have to follow NCERT. But in the case of Klinefelter syndrome also, they will be mentally retarded. The answer will be B and E. Next. How many different proteins does the ribosome consist of? This is 2023 question. This will directly given in the molecular basis of inheritance in translation part. Okay, so it should consist of 80 proteins, different protein. 114. A flower is defined as modified shoot, wherein the shoot apical meristem changes to floral meristem. This is correct. I'll explain. Internode of the shoot, and how does it form? Because the internode, it will be internode of the shoot get condensed to produce different floral appendages laterally at successive node instead of leaves. This is also correct. So that means it will be it will be it will be this. Both A are true and reason is the correct explanation of A. How? See here, imagine any kind of flower. In the beginning, plant will have vegetative growth. They will have in the terminal end. They will have in the terminal end what? A shoot apical meristem like this. They will have leaf like this. Like this. Arrangement of the leaf like this. And here the young leaves are present. That young leaf which encloses a cluster at a terminal end, what is it called as? This is called as a shoot apical meristem. So what was the shoot apical meristem doing? This shoot apical meristem was dividing because it is meristematic tissue and it forms leaf. So the stem elongation occurs, then the leaves are formed. Stem will consist of parenchyma tissue, leaf will also consist of parenchyma tissue, and those were all divided and formed by shoot apical meristem. But when a flower is about to have flower, when a plant is about to have flower, at that time what happened? Inside the plant, hormone will release. That hormone will convert shoot apical meristem into floral meristem, and that floral meristem, instead of producing leaf, now it will produce the flowers. So they will start forming the formation of the flowers, and in the beginning the stem was having a long internode, but when flower will be formed, the internode length will become short or to become condensed. So this is all played by a role hormone. Should apical meristem convert to floral meristem, and because of that floral meristem, it will start forming the flower, and the internode length will also become short. This is what it is saying here. Okay. Next, select the correct statement. Cell cycle. Now here, tetrad formation is seen during lactotine. Tetrad is not seen during lactotine. Tetrad formation will be seen during the zygotine. Okay. During anaphase, the centromere split and chromatids separate. Correct. Anaphase of mitosis, the centromere will split and chromatids will separate. Terminalization will not be during pectine, it will be during diplotine. Okay, so that means this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Nucleolus, Golgi body, and ER are reformed during telophase. This is also correct. They will disappear during prophase and they will reform during telophase. This is correct. Crossing over takes place between, it should be what? Should it be sister or it should be non-sister? It should be non-sister. Okay. Non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. So that means this is also wrong. The answer will be B and D. B and D. And D. Okay. B and D. Okay. Next. All right. In 116. Let's see this. In root, xylem and the phloem in a vascular bundle are arranged in an alternate manner along the different radii. This is what I said. In the case of root, this will be xylem, like this. This will be xylem bundle. What xylem? Protoxylem. Xylem bundle, phloem bundle. Xylem, phloem bundle, xylem bundle, phloem, xylem, phloem, xylem. So this xylem is what? It is protoxylem. Primary xylem will have two components, protoxylem and meta xylem. Okay, so they in root, xylem and phloem in a vascular bundle arranged in alternate manner, different radius. Okay, correct. Conjoint, closed vascular bundle do not possess cambium. Cambium present or absent, this is used with respect to root also, stem also, leaf also. If cambium is present, then that will be open. Absent, then closed. So in the case of conjoint, closed, that means when we say conjoint, close, conjoint, close, conjoint means it will be stem. Root will have radial, so conjoint will be in the case of stem. So in the case of stem, suppose here, stem, let's consider like this. This is xylem, this is phloem. Xylem, phloem, xylem, xylem here, then phloem, like this. Okay, here we see conjoint closed. Closed means xylem and the phloem, they are in the same bundle, same radius. This will be called as what? Conjoint. And cambium can be present in between also or can be absent also. If it is absent, then that will be called as a close. Do not possess cambium. Is correct. So if cambium is absent, then it will be close. Present, then it will be open. And close, where is it found? Close will be found in the case of monopod. Can be root or can be stem or can be leaf. Close means it will be monopod. In open vascular bundle, cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. So if this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. In open, that means let's consider like this. Here, this is here xylem, this is phloem here. In between, there will be presence of cambium. Cambium will be present. The cambium is present. That then that will be called as an open. Cambium is present, then it will be called as an open. Okay. Next is the vascular bundle of dicot stem possess endarch protoxylem. Dicot stem, be it dicot or be it monocot, endarch, so it will be present. So in the case of endarch condition, endarch means it used with respect to protoxylem and metaxylem position. Protoxylem inside stem. So protoxylem inside and metaxylem outside. Protoxylem inside, metaxylem will be outside. This will be the vascular bundle of dicot stem possess endarch protoxylem. This is correct. Protoxylem will be inside here, metaxylem will be outside. Where? In the case of dicot. In the case of monocot also it will have. Then E. In the monocot root, usually 3 are more than 6 xylem bundle present. Monocot root, usually 3, it should be there. There are more than 6 xylem bundle present. This is also correct. Monocot will have more than 6 xylem bundle. That is why this is called as what? Polyarch. That means here you see, here I have drawn here 4 xylem. So this will be dicot root. Instead of 4, if it is more than 6 xylem, then that will be case of monocot root. So this is also correct. So answer to this will be A, B, C, D and E. All are correct. All. Yeah. Next is 117. Euchromatin is loosely packed chromatin. This is correct. Heterochromatin is transcriptionally, it should be inactive. This is wrong. Histone octamer is wrapped by negatively charged DNA in nucleosome. This is correct. And histone are rich in lysine and arginine. Why? Because they consist of basic amino acid. And then this is correct. A typical nucleosome contains, it should be 200 base pair of DNA helix. That means 1 is correct, A is correct, C is correct, D is correct. A, C and D. A, C and D. Histone octamer. Inside a chromosome, we draw chromosome like this. But inside a chromosome, how is DNA compactly arranged? Histone will have in an octamer form H2A, H2B, H3, H4. This will all be in 2 copy like this. Okay, H2A, H2B, H3, H4. This will be in 2 copy. That is why it is called as histone octamer. And this will be wrapped. This will be wrapped, enclosed by what? It will be enclosed by. It will be enclosed by DNA. DNA will wind around like this. Okay, that means histone octamer will be like this. DNA will wrap around like this. This DNA, it will consist of about 200 base pairs. So histone octamer will be in the center and DNA about 200 base pair will wrapped. So, and histone is octamer. Why? Because each of them will be present in 2 copy. H2A, H2B, H3, H4. Okay. So, its answer should be A. And like this, what happened? Histone octamer and the DNA, they will wrapped and form a structure. This structure will be called as what? Nucleosome. And this nucleosome, again, it will connect with again histone octamer like this. Histone octamer like this. Again, it will be wrapped around by DNA like this. So histone octamer, then DNA will wrap. Again, in between, what is there? Linker DNA will be there. Again, nucleosome will be there. So one histone octamer, DNA wrapped. Linker DNA, one nucleosome, histone octamer, DNA wrapped. So like this, in a string, nucleosomes will be attached like this. Okay, one nucleosome, next nucleosome, next nucleosome. So this nucleosome, that is why they are called as a beads on a string. So like this, what happened? Nucleosome, beads means linker DNA will be there. Nucleosome, linker DNA will be there in between, and there will be coil, tightly coiled, and will be present inside the chromosome. So it will be present like this. Okay, it will be tightly coiled, supercoiling state, and present inside the chromosome. Okay. So next, the primary carbon dioxide acceptor in C4 plant is PEP. This is correct. And where is it found? It is found in the case of mesophyll cell. It will have present in the case of mesophyll cell. And what is this? This is C4 cycle. C4 cycle. That means it is correct. Carbon acceptor in C4 plant is PEP and is found in the case of mesophyll cell. Correct. Mesophyll cell of C4 plant lack Rubisco enzyme. This is also correct. In the case of the C4 plant, mesophyll cell will not have Rubisco. Where is Rubisco present? Rubisco will be found inside the bundle in the case of C4 plants. Okay. So primary carbon dioxide acceptor in C4 plant is PEP and is found in mesophyll cell. Correct. Mesophyll cell of C4 plant lack Rubisco. This is also correct. So 1 and 2 are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Next, the process of translation of mRNA to protein begin as soon as. How does translation begin? This is direct NCERT line, the option given. The mRNA, which is released after transcription, will go and will attach to the small subunit of ribosome. So the small subunit of ribosome encounters the mRNA. This will be the answer. And small subunit of ribosomes, it can be, it is variable. Like in the case of prokaryote, the small subunit will be 40S. Sorry, prokaryote will be having 30S, and eukaryote will be having 40S. So this 40S of 40S small subunit will recognize the mRNA. Okay. Next, Mendel studied 7 pair of contrasting thread in pea plant and proposed the law of inheritance. This is correct. Mendel studied actually 7 characters. See this properly. Listen. He studied 7 characters, and each character will have 2 traits. That is why we can also say that 7 pair of contrasting traits. But character, it will be 7. Trait, it will be 7 pair of contrasting traits. Okay. 7 characters examined by Mendel in his experiment on pea plant were sheath shape, color, flower color, pot shape, color, flower position, and stem height. This is also correct. This will be given in the NCERT in the first principle of inheritance chapter, which is very much important. Okay. So both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Option number 1. Next, which of the following plant does not show plasticity? This is plant growth and hormone. Plasticity is not shown by maize. All the others will have plasticity. Plasticity means depending on the environment or depending on the different phases of the life growth pattern, the plants will respond to different ways. Like when in the case of coriander plant, when coriander plant is young, at that time the shape of the leaf will be different. As coriander plant will grow little bit older, the shape of the leaf will again have different pattern. So this is called as a heterophily. Depending on the different phases of life, it has the ability to change. One is that phase pattern. Another depending on the environment. Like say in the case of this one, buttercup. Buttercup, when it grows in water, the shape of the leaf will be different. When it grows in terrestrial land, shape of the lip and size will also be different. That is called as a plasticity, plant growth and hormone chapter. Which of the following show maxillary estivation and diadelphous stamen? This will be in the case of Pisum sativum. Maxillary estivation and diadelphous. Spirogera 123. Answer to this will be Spirogera is green algae and they will have dominant haploid free living gametophyte. A will be 2. Fern means, just know that in the case of fern, fern will be pteridophyte. Pteridophyte means dominant phase will be sporophyte. Dominant and independent sporophyte. And gametophyte will also be independent. But in the case of fern and some pteridophytes, gametophytic phase is called as a prothallus. When you say prothallus, just know that it is fern. So this will be dominant sporophyte, alternating with reduced gametophyte called prothallus. B will be 3. And Funaria is again bryophyte. Funaria bryophyte will be having dominant haploid leafy gametophyte, alternating with partially dependent multicellular sporophyte. Okay, so this will be 4, C4. And Cycas will be Cycas gymnosperm. This will be dominant diploid sporophyte vascular plant with highly reduced male or female gametophyte. In the case of C1, Cycas gymnosperm, sporophyte will be dominant and independent, gametophyte will be reduced. Male gametophyte means pollen grain, male gametophyte means endosperm. So A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 1. A is 2, okay, B is 3, okay, C is 4, and D is 2, B is 3, C is 4, is 1. Select the incorrect statement with respect to mitosis. Chromosome decondense at telophase, this is correct. Centromere splitting at anaphase, this is correct. Lie at the equator, all the chromosomes at metaphase, this is correct. Incorrect will be this: centromere attached to a spindle fiber attached to centromere of chromosome. It does not attach to centromere. Where does it attach? It attaches to kinetochore. And kinetochore is present in the centromere. Suppose this is chromosome like this. This is the centromere, the part of the chromosome, and on top of the chromosome centromere there is a presence of kinetochore, and kinetochore, in it the spindle fiber are attached. Kinetochore is a proteinaceous thick set structure where spindle fiber will be attached. 1. Incorrect. Next. Identify the asexual reproductive structure associated with penicillium. Penicillium will have conidia, which is an asexual spore. Regarding meiosis, which of the statement is incorrect? Incorrect. Pairing will occur, okay. Haploid cells will form at the end of meiosis, correct. 2 stages in meiosis, 1 and 2, correct. DNA replication, this is incorrect, occurs in S phase of meiosis 2. DNA replication, S phase of meiosis 2. S phase is not a part of meiosis. S phase is a part of interphase. Which of the following is a correct statement? Bacteria are exclusively, 127, exclusively heterotrophic. Exclusively matlab restricted, means only. Bacteria can be auto as well as heterotrophic. Okay, here it is given restricted, exclusive, not exclusive. Exclusive means restricted. It can be autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. Slime moles are not Monera. Slime mole is Protista. Mycoplasma have DNA ribosome. Cell wall is absent. So answer will be this. Cyanobacteria are a group of autotrophic organisms. Aspa and the kingdom. 128. This is from sexual reproduction chapter. Pollen grain of many species causes bronchial affliction. This is direct NCERT line. This is correct. Correct. Hilum represents the junction between ovule and funicle. Also correct. A and B only is the answer. This one is given again in your NCERT. Multicarpellary and apocarpus. Gynoecium is present papaya. Multicarpellary, and this should not be apocarpus, it should be syncarpus. In paper means copy. Okay, it should be syncarpus. Next, proteins present in plasma membrane are classified as integral and peripheral on the basis of ease of extraction from membrane. 129 is 2. 130. Function of accessory pigments in photosynthesis is, main is to protect the reaction center from photooxidation. Photooxidation main reaction center will be chlorophyll A, to protect it from oxygen. That is the main function. Like carotenoid will not allow oxygen to oxidize the chlorophyll A pigment. Okay. Photooxidation means oxygen oxidizing the chlorophyll A molecule, which is the main center. That process is called as photooxidation. And carotenoid, which is an accessory pigment, they will prevent that chlorophyll A molecule should not be oxidized by oxygen. One is A is correct. And absorb light and transfer the energy to reaction center. It's also correct. The others are not correct. They are incorrect option. So A and the C is correct. 130. 131. Next, this is your ecology chapter. Very simple. Lactic acid will be lactobacillus. A is 2. Butyric acid will be Clostridium. B is 1. Citric acid will be C is 4. And acetic acid will be D is 3. So A is 2. B is 1. C is 4. D is 3. A is 2. 2. B is 1. C is 4. D is 3. 2. B is 1. C is 4, D is 3. Okay, next. Consider the following matching pairs. Okay. Carotenoid, fat, insoluble. Carotenoid should be fat. This is E should not be there. This should be carotenoid, should be fat soluble, not insoluble. It should be fat soluble. Carotenoid pigment are soluble in fat. This should be fat soluble. This is wrong. These are all correct. So this will be B, C, D. B, C, D is correct. It is correct. 3. D. Next. 133. Again, and your ecology part. Here A is amphibian and the B given will be bird. 2. 133 to 134. During which phase of meiosis does a diploid cell give rise to two daughter cell, each with a haploid number of chromosome? This will be what? Two daughter cell. Meiosis is, suppose this is one cell, twice n equal to 46 in human. First, after first meiosis, it will have n equal to 23. 4 of them will be reduced to 23, and that's why meiosis 1 is called as what? Reductional division. Okay, so from 1 it will give rise to 2, which will both be haploid, and from this again it will form another n equal to 23. So this will again be what? Meiosis 2, which will be called as what? Equational what? Okay, so from 1 it gives rise to 2, which should be reduced. Which phase of meiosis does diploid cell give rise to two daughter cells? Two daughter cells. That means haploid number. From this, it forms haploid. This it will be yes. 34 will be 4. 35. In prokaryote, control of the rate of transcriptional initiation is a primary site for control of gene expression. This is correct. In case of prokaryote, the main site of transcriptional initiation that will control a gene. 1. Correct. Regulation of lac operon can be visualized as regulation of enzyme synthesis by its substrate. That is what is occurring in the case of lac operon. Enzyme required, transcription will occur. Enzyme not required, will be stopped. So 1 and 2 are correct. Gap between division phase and start of DNA replication is called as the G1 phase. Interphase, then M phase, then interphase. G1S, G2M, G1S, G2M. So that means gap phase between division phase. Division means M, mitosis phase, and start of DNA replication. DNA replication occurs in S. So this is division, mitosis phase. This is DNA replication. This gap phase will be called as a 1. 37. Which of the following forms sexual spore endogenously and asexual spore exogenously? This will be claviceps, which is an ascomycetes. Endogenous and asexual. Okay. Here, this is respiration question. The statement given is A, the complete oxidation of pyruvate by the stepwise removal of all the hydrogen atom leaving 3 molecules of carbon dioxide. Oxidation of pyruvate leaving 3 molecules of carbon dioxide means what happened? Pyruvate 2, it will form acetyl coenzyme. Pyruvate 2, it will form what? Acetyl coenzyme. What is this? This is linking reaction. Here, how many carbon dioxide molecule are released? 1 carbon dioxide. Acetyl coenzyme A will perform what? Krebs cycle. And from it, how many carbon dioxide molecule will be released? 2 molecule of carbon dioxide. Linking reaction, then Krebs cycle. Where does dissolve process occur? Dissolve process occur. Okay. The passing on of the electron removed as part of the hydrogen atom to molecule of oxygen with simultaneous synthesis of ATP. This is what process? Okay. So ETS occur where? In the inner mitochondrial membrane. Matrix of the mitochondria and inner mitochondrial membrane. 2. This is linking and this is Krebs cycle. So in this process, 1 carbon dioxide molecule, then 2 carbon dioxide. This whole process, where will it occur? Matrix of mitochondria. Okay, this first one. Next. Match the following. This is your biological classification. Nostoc will be chlorophyll A. A is 3. Diatoms is chief producer in ocean. B is 2. Euglenoids has a membranous structure which is called as pellicle. C is 4. And the viroid has RNA as a genetic material. So A is 3. B is 2. Euglenoid C is 4. Viroid C is 1. A is 3. A is 3. Okay. B is 2. C is 4. C is 1. A is 3. B is 2. C is 4. D is 1. Next. Cell theory 140 modified by Rudolf Virchow. This was initially given by Skleden and Swan and modified by Rudolf Virchow. Correct. Secondary wall is present outer to primary cell wall in plant. It should be inner. Between 2 plant cell, they will have a common wall which is called as the middle lamella. Middle lamella, this is one cell, this is another cell. They have a common wall, which is called as a middle lamella. And inside of this middle lamella, inner side of this, primary wall will be formed here. This cell will also have primary wall formed here. Okay, this is primary wall. The primary wall is formed inner side. Middle lamella is here, primary wall should be formed inner side. Okay, and again, this is primary wall. After that, what is formed? Secondary wall. Secondary wall is again formed here. What is this called as? Secondary. So middle lamella, primary wall, secondary wall, inner side. Okay, it should be inner. Mitochondria is a part of endomembrane system. This is wrong. Cilia is present in eukaryote, not prokaryote. Cilia is absent in prokaryote. Mesosome does not have chlorophyll A. So answer will be 1, modified by Rudolf Virchow. This is the only option which is correct. Light independent reaction in photosynthesis takes place at stromal matrix. Light independent means dark reaction. Where does dark reaction occur? Stromal matrix. Solid particles that settle during the first stage of sewage treatment are referred to as primary sludge. Sewage treatment is microbes in welfare. 142. 143. ABA will be antagonist to gibberellic acid. A is 1. And the gibberellic acid D should be 4. Sit set in conifer. D should be 4. Okay, it should come like this. Oxine flowering in pineapple. And the ethylene C should be 3. Oxine should be flowering in pineapple. Okay, B should be 2. So A1, B2, A1, 2, flowering pineapple, C3, 4. Sorry for D4. This is the answer. A1, B2, C3, D4. Okay. Next, PS2 is involved. 144 involved in photolysis of water. Photolysis in stromal lamellae. PS2 is involved in photolysis in stromal lamellae. This is wrong. PS2 is involved in photolysis, but not stromal lamellae. This should be in the thylakoid membrane, and it should occur in the lumen of thylakoid. Okay, it should occur in lumen of thylakoid. PS2 is present in the grana. In the thylakoid, in the case of chloroplast, PS1 can be present in the grana also and stroma lamellae also. PS1 can be present in grana also, stroma lamellae. But PS2 is found only in the case of grana. Here it is given stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae means connecting between the two grana. So suppose this is grana, one grana here, another grana here. So this connecting is called as a stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae does not have PS2 only. Where is PS2 present? PS2 is present in the grana, only in the grana. Okay, so that means this is wrong. But PS2 is involved in photolysis. Till here it is correct, but not in stroma lamellae. This is wrong. Okay, it should be in grana. PS1 is involved in reduction of NADP to NADPH in cyclic. This is wrong. It should be, if it is NAD to NADP to NADPH, means it should be non-cyclic. And non-cyclic, then it should not be PS1, it should be. So both A and the B are incorrect. A and B are incorrect. 144 is 4. 145. Okay, mark the correctly matched pair. A. This is a little bit tricky questions. Say this. Rosaceae, they should have the viability period, pollen viability period for 6 to 7 months. Okay. So here it is given short viability. This is wrong. Castor is not dioecious. Castor should be monoecious. Maize is also monoecious. Commelina plant, it can have casmogamous flower also. It can have clistogamous flower also. So Commelina can have both clisto as well as a casmogamous flower. Casmo means which open when sex organs are mature. So answer is this. This kind of question you see properly. Next 146, tapetum is layer is biomultinucleate. Tapetum is the innermost layer. This is correct. Pollen grain has vegetative cell, bigger and abundant food reserve and a large irregularly shaped nucleus. This is also correct. Exine is most resistant to organic material. Also correct. No heat enzyme UV rays can destroy the exine, which is consist of sporopollenin. Pollen grain are generally spherical, measuring about 25 to 50 micrometers in diameter. Also correct. Now answer is in statements are true. Okay, it is left. In over 40% of the angiosperm, pollen shed at the 2 Celsius. It should not be 40, it should be 60%. So answer will be 4, A, B, C, D. Okay, next. 647. Mendel published work on inheritance of characters in 1865. This is correct. This is also correct. 3 scientists, De Vries, Carl Coren, von Schermark, independently rediscovered Mendel results on the inheritance of correct. Also correct. Answer to this will be 1 and 2 only. Why? This XX type, XY type sex represent honeybee. Honeybee will have what? Haplodiploidy. Experimental verification, this will be by T.H. Morgan. Could not be grown. It is written here, it can be grown. Okay, so that is why only 1 and 2 is correct. 148. Bamboo breed only once in the lifetime, which is called as a monocarpic fruit. Starfish disaster is a predator in a rocky intertidal communities of the American Pacific coast. This is also correct. Okay. This is given in ecology, population interaction under predation. Prey in nature is prudent, not prey. It should be predator. Predator is prudent. Prudent means cautious, careful, because it will control the species of the predator will control the species of the prey. If predator will keep on excess consuming it, then the prey species will extinct and the predator will not have food. The predator have to be controlling factor, or it should be cautious so that it does not overeat or exploits the prey species. It should be not 50%, it should be 25%. Phytophagous means feeding on the plant. So A and B only are correct. This is living wall. Cat will be Felidae. A will be 2. Dog will be Canidae. B will be 3. Petunia is Solanaceae. C will be 4. Mango will be Anacardiaceae. D will be 1. Cat will be Felidae. A2. A2. B3. C4. B1. A2. Cat will be Felidae. Dog will be Canidae. B3. B3. Okay. Petunia will be Solanaceae. C4. D will be 1. D will be 1.